Every product that America sells today has some kind of product in it that is not meant to be ingested.
2022, this mom decided to let her son Oakland try an airhead for the very first time, and it would soon be a decision she would deeply regret. If you remember those...
Fast forward. Don't care about anything else.
Allergy, because his entire head essentially did.
So what these airheads and the gummy bears and the worms and all that, those have petroleum in it. So the question is, do gummy bears and airheads and other gummy products have petroleum in them? Yes, many commercial gummy candies and chewy sweets like airheads do contain ingredients that originated from petroleum. Okay, listen folks, these things, our government is literally poisoning us with everything that they put on our shelves. More than half the products that they put on the shelves in America, other countries won't even allow them in their on their lines, man. That's how bad they are. I keep telling people that you got to start opening your eyes and see what's happening. So when we look at this autism, 2 to 4 children out of every 10,000 children, roughly 0.02 to 0.4%, or about 1 in 2,000 to 5,000, 2,500 to 5,000 cases when I was born. Why? Because they were just coming in to their beautiful vaccinations. So you guys can see me type this in. Vaccination is 666. So the vaccinations are the mark of the beast. So when I come here and I ask this question, could vaccinations have anything to do with the rise in autism of our children today? And it says, no, credible science evidence connects childhood vaccinations to a rise in autism diagnosis, which is a lying sack of shit, because we didn't have these numbers, folks. Look, this is telling you, 666. The vaccination that my mother took for COVID, she died, okay? So nobody's going to tell me that vaccinations don't have anything to do with the rise in autism. How many children with autism today in the United States? 1 in every 31 children, okay? Just 50 years ago, we were having 1 in every 5,000. When are you people going to wake up? This is why I get so frustrated. I'm not angry at those people that put out the vaccinations. I'm angry with you dumbed down freaking Americans that can't see the truth when it's put right in front of you. 1 in every 31 children. Do you know how astronomical that number is? Do you understand what they're doing to us? I keep telling you that they're poisoning us, but no, you guys don't want to hear it. Ooh, America, the greatest country in the world. Idiots. So what do you think that the purpose is of them spraying our skies with all these chemicals? Aluminum alloys, things that are watered down. Somehow they've managed to figure out how to liquidize this, spray it into the air where it lingers over us for hours. Go out in the middle of the night with a flashlight and turn on your flashlight, and you'll see exactly what it is I'm talking about. Okay? These people understand prophecy because they're the ones that wrote the prophecies. We're in a loop, a time loop in life that just keeps repeating itself over and over and over. Okay, and then they call us the tinfoil hatters, right? They spray your skies in checkerboards, and people today are saying that's normal. I do not consent. In fact, may the heads of those that spray the skies have the pilots, I meant to say, that spray the skies with chemtrails like this, our military, okay, doing what the fucking government wants them to do, ordering them to do, There's two very, very dangerous fucking kinds of people, folks. You know what they are? They're the order givers, and even worse are the blinded idiots that follow the orders, okay? You follow the orders of parasites, of murderers and rapists and killers and liars and adulterers who rape children and stick them in chambers and climb on top of them for 14 years, and then they unleash these children on our population, and you wonder why it's so easy to pick up on a woman, why women are throwing themselves at you, and at the same time they'll tell you, I don't need no man. Okay, so they're poisoning the skies, huh? Yeah. So when you ask a question, does fluoridation calcify the pineal gland, and you get there's no definitive clinical proof or standard, water fluoridation causes an acceleration harmful calcification of the pineal gland. Well, why would they want to calcify the pineal gland? Because the pineal gland is the spiritual eye. The pineal gland is where pretty much you hear that little voice in your head that's telling you not to do anything, telling you, hey, you're married. You're not supposed to be down at the bar trying to pick up on a woman so you can get laid from a different piece of ass. Okay? This kills the spiritual end of you. And I don't care what AI overview tells you. I'm telling you that it does have an effect on our connection with Source. The same way as drugs. So we got this part of the brain right here, the hippocampus, which is also considered Amon's horn. Amen, Amon's horn. And this part of the brain, as well as it being the hippocampus, the white horse that Jesus Christ rides in on. Images of the white horse Jesus Christ rides in on. Now this is fantasy here, what they're going to show you. Okay. This, Jesus coming down on the clouds, is what I call fantasy world. Okay. This is the way this world believes. If they can have a conscience shift that you guys believe this garbage, then it's like it comes to fruition, because that's what this world is. So when I tell you that Jesus is coming down on the clouds, okay? Here's your Jesus Christ. What's he doing here? He looks like he's praying to something, huh? What, are you looking up to something? Here he is, born in a manger. All of this stuff, Jesus coming down off the cloud, the iCloud, folks. It's the iCloud technology. You see, this here is CERN. Now, I don't know how old this artwork is. I'm probably guessing that this character right here could possibly be Jacob, because of the forehead. There's stories about Jacob having an overly sized head. But the point here is the artwork is showing you that Jesus is coming out of something, out of CERN. So they're pushing hard about the previous picture I just showed you. That was CERN, what Jesus was coming out. Proof that Tony Stark has a heart. This is all Hollywood itself. Okay? They're putting portals. They're telling you right here that the womb, this here is the matrix. Here in the Strong's Concordance we have Rakim, the womb, birth, a maiden's mother's womb. So they're putting the truth right in front of your face when they put this right here. Look at the whole thing, okay? Because this right here, inverted, look, because trying to share with people that look at this, and then look at this. CERN, this is all CERN right here. Back in 1991 when they made the movie Tron. Okay, these are your magnetic tubings. And it's the same thing as this right here. These are pictures depicting Jesus coming out of something here. Jesus defeated death. How did he defeat death? Through technology. Okay? This kind of technology. Quantum computer technology. See, so what the slave masters need, they need you to take their chip so that they can have more human processing. You understand? But once you put that chip on you, because nobody's stupid enough to put a mark on their forehead or their hand, you know, especially since it's been shoved down our lives. A friend of mine I was talking to today, or 2 nights ago, I'm sorry, but it's fresh in my mind. I'd give her a shout out, but she's a very private person. And she says that this is the mark of the beast. She says that this here is the mark of the beast. And you guys know how deep I go into MAGA, I've been telling you. Also, it shows here that Trump was the 45th president and the 47th president. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. 2 terms, 9/11. Trump is 9/11. Okay. Vaccinations are 666. Donald J. Trump, without the vowels in his name, is 666. Okay, they're just not going to give you the answer, folks. You got to type in a lot of keywords. I have typed in literally thousands and thousands of phrases, words from the Bible, names from the Bible, people's names, prophets' names, all of them. I've been typing into this gematria calculator for years just to come across something as so simple as this. Why is it so big? Donald Trump, folks, without the vowels is 666. New York City, New York, is 666. Donald Trump was born in New York. Genesis chapter 11, verse 4, Bible Hub. Come, they said, let us build ourselves a city, New York, 666, with the tower, Trump Tower, that reaches to the heavens, that we may make names for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the earth. Well, I'm telling you, right straight up, man, if you officials don't quit your fucking shenanigans, you don't get any more rebirths. You're done. It's all over for you guys. It's all done. Sorry, you don't get any more. We're finished with you. This world has had enough of your evil deeds. So that's a pretty strong connection about prophecy. Here's the thing, though. Prophecies of the Bible have all been fulfilled. They were fulfilled when Jesus finished his work. Jesus' work was finished back in the 70 AD. Okay? He told you guys then that he would tear that temple down and rebuild it. The temple was torn down. It has been rebuilt. The temple, though, that they're talking about is internal, as everything that I've showed you. Everything is about internal ascension.
Watch out for 666. Watch out for 666. In a vision of the future, I saw in a vivid dream that the hour is soon coming when men will become machines.
receive their scientific brand. What do you suppose that is? It's this right here, folks. I don't even have to really put it in. I'm pretty sure you guys already know it. This. Trust the science. Take their vaccination. Their 666. Now, did I look at this number here? 111. It's funny. Look. How many times did Dr. Fauci plead the fifth? Oh, Fauci plead the fifth. Okay, more than 100 times during the tense Senate hearing on July 29, 2026. Now, just the other day, there it is. Fauci invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination 111 times. Man, I'm telling you, it's scary for me how wide open my eyes are today. So he invoked his rights 111 times. All right, 111 times means unlawful, forbidden, and improper. Coincidence? I'm telling you, since I started studying numerology, and any time that I see a time frame or something that they say about somebody, or a Fifth Amendment 111 times. So look, check this out. Strong's Concordance 5,111. To dare. Be boldly. Dursk. Okay. Courageous, dared. Courageous in being so bold that they would stick thousands, millions of people with a shot. Also, 5111 means to flee or to get away. To get away with. Get away with something. To get away. Do you think that how many people they killed? They're going to be fleeing. When mass people start seeing that their family members were killed because of this shot, when people start seeing that vaccinations, autism in children today, 1 in 31. Do you know how horrifying that is? Strong's Concordance 131. To suffer. All of this, come on, folks, all of this coincidence. Do you think that I have not stumbled on the truth here and that I haven't figured this out? Because I keep trying to tell everybody that they speak in code. Okay, this is their code. Their code is numbers. This Bible is written by numbers. This Bible, the Strong's Concordance, it is the devil's Bible, but it's necessary to use in order to calculate the number of the beast. Revelations chapter 13, verse 18, Bible Hub. I'm not afraid to use gematria. I'm not afraid to use numerology because it's telling us that it takes wisdom and insight to calculate. Okay, calculate means that you must count. So they're the ones that wrote the language. This is why I'm telling you that the New Testament writings are the writings of the devil, and the devil is telling you plainly who it is. To use pebbles in enumeration. So numbers are huge to these people. Also, when we look at the number 111, what do you have? 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Strong's Concordance number 3. Abaddon, a destroying angel. Jesus is an angel. He is the destroying angel. A bad Don, Abaddon. Donald Trump is a bad Don, Abaddon. The number 3 represents the pit. This is the pit. This world we live is the pit. Okay, look, there's man and there's a woman. And all these other frickin' signs here, these genders, is bullshit. There's man and there's woman and there's beasts and mankind. Mankind are animals. Humans are spiritual. Animals that are in flesh suits don't understand spirit because their soul is dead. Only those that understand source understand the creation story. Okay, those that were cast out are not free will any longer. They are scripted. They're used by something more powerful than them, and they must expose the truth. So, who are they? So, is there a little Martian-looking dude in Men in Black that drives a human suit? That was my question. Because I wanted to remind you guys. Here, let me show you. Here we're at the movie Men in Black. See, that's the reptilian mind. This here is a representation, images of the cerebellum. That's the representation of the alien right there. This is the alien mind.
You're old enough to remember this movie. But in 1967, guess who's coming to dinner?
I was only 6.
I figured.
But I do.
The rest of
Okay, hold on. Let's get to the question. Give me 1 second.
I ask you, what are we? Who are we?
What are we? Who are we? All right, now Obama stumbles around it a little bit, and then he answers and replies with this.
What is still true is that there's still kind of a reptilian side of our brain, right? That part of our brain that if somebody looks different or sounds different, that there's a part of us that is cautious. And
so the bottom line is it's about cautious. 3 women, 6 legs crossed. 3 sixes, all of them crossing their legs the same way as well. But the bottom line is he's talking about a reptilian mind. Let me show you. This here is your cerebellum. It is called the hind brain, because these guys, they like the behind. They love the butt. Okay? So this is the reptilian mind of the brain. So when these people create their monsters and stuff like that, they're throwing out truth bombs with our anatomy inside of the brain. They don't look exactly like the parts of the brain, but you can see the connections. But you can see the connections that I'm making for you. Okay? This is the reptilian mind. This is called the cerebellum. Cerebellum, where you get parabellum. Bellum means at war. This part of the lower mind, our egos, the ones that want to rule and be in power and control and everything, are fighting with the higher mind, the cerebrum. So you remember earlier when I showed you that picture of the concert, the woman concert, Beyonce, she comes out on stage, and it's one of these right here, and it's got the legs. Well, that's a representation of the womb. And what CERN is over here, this is CERN, all right? What CERN is reverse engineering of a woman's vagina through technology. They're trying to rip a hole in the veil, technology used to rip a hole in the veil that separates the spiritual realm from the material world. Because if they can rip a hole in the veil and allow these evil demonite source spirits into this realm, then those demons, those entities can latch onto you if you aren't protected by source. And they're going to use you, and they're going to have you killing one another like they're doing and everything else. This is not a game. In this picture here, this is the spaghettification of a soul, a swirl, a spirit being born into this plane of existence. Here's your cross at the Vatican. Again, here's your Metatron, your technology. The same thing that you see the people, all these people and stuff, this picture here, this represents the same thing as sperm cells all being drawn to the egg. Remember, the God that creates itself on the 6th day of creation, folks. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, Bible Hub. God Elohim, plural of Eloah, gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used of the supreme God, created a man in his own image. This God Elohim created a man in his own image. God, his own image, and in the image of God, he created him. God created a man in his own image, and he created this man. God created him, himself, properly self, right there. Self has elf. God created himself, a male and female. God created a man, one man. Not a man and woman. God didn't create a man and a woman in his image. He created one man in his image. And in the image of God, and again, image here is B'Tselem, B'Tselem, which means to an unused root meaning to shade, a phantom. It's an illusion, a resemblance, hence a representative figure. This one here is an idol. It's not giving you the idol. It didn't feel it right there, especially an idol. So that God that creates itself on the 6th day of creation is a phantom. So the synonyms for the word phantom is a ghost, apparition, a wrath, the illusion. Okay? So we get to the illusion. We come here. See, so it's telling us that mankind has thrown an illusion over us, because mankind, the illusion is 666. This is what I'm trying to tell you, that it's not going to be one man who destroys the earth. It's going to be one man that controls the other nations, okay, as a hive. This is why it's going to have this power. But it's going to take a concentrated effort of many men in order to make this happen. One man cannot destroy humanity, okay? It takes many men from each nation to create an agenda, to create an lie, to create an illusion for you, like the COVID vaccination. Number 19 in the Strong's Concordance.
What time are we leaving at 4, Ken?
Oh shit, Dad. Gotta go, guys. This is White Raptor News.